Hi all, welcome to this Squad Foundations idea that I've came up with. This is tying into, like, obviously the silver stars that we get in the Squad Foundations for the leagues, but I thought I'd incorporate a more in-depth way of incorporating this mode, as it were, and more cards for us to enjoy. So because smash likes always be much appreciated. Sub to the channel if you're new. Follow me on Twitter, GZLegend, all links are down below for publishing the channel and social media links as always. Everything was tweeted out for this, from the bronze boosters, the silver stars and the gold foundations. Basically we've just kind of kept the same format that you would do for silver stars currently, which is win 3, score 8, assist 6. Seems fair enough, especially for the 64s and 74s. You'd maybe tweak it for the 84 rated cards, but saying that, maybe not. But you'd get a 64 rated card. We have incorporated 23 players for bronze boosters, 23 for silver stars, and 36 in total, because there's 36 leagues in total that can get a gold boost, basically. So it's like, that's the way I've done it. So from the bronze boosters, what you would do is so say each league or every player, so it'd be structured down, so it'd be like bronze boosters, and you'd unlock, in this case it's Fekir, not Nabil Fekir, it's Yassine Fekir's brother. So it's a boosted version. It's like plus 12, plus 13 stats all across the board. I think it would put him roughly about 80 rated, 81, I think, when I was roughly working it out. And every card you would unlock, so for the free ones, you'd, like, depending how you want to go about it, there's plenty of ways you can stretch out. You can either make it win free, so it's every player, or when you're trying to do the final overall, you may be able to unlock, say, a 24th card. But this is the squad that we came up with, which was Tunam, Sporl, Gelmi, Brasser, Churlinov, Choi, Palulu, Fekir, Nagai, Messias, Hardy, Davis, Decraw, Carlos, Fondu, Phil, Jones, Volman, Risky, Ismail, Berengu, Brekshay and Cisse. So decent mix across the board. Every card was 64 rated and just basically given, like, what I felt was equivalent of, say, 2 informed boosts. So that way they were roughly going to, like, what would be an 80, between 80 and 81. So it would make them at least maybe a bit more usable. You could even make them a little bit higher still if needed, but the point of the concept was to make the bronze cards not only more usable but also to give us a bit of fun. Like, you could easily do by tiers, so it would be like, by the time you've done the win 3 to, on, say, Fekir, you might want to do win 3 with Nagai. You can do the players as you see fit. You don't have to go for all 23 cards. Say, for example, you may only want to go for, say, the big 5 leagues, and then maybe say, we'll just say say you're a Plymouth fan, for example. Hardy just happens to be your Plymouth fan, and you're say Scottish, and you say, oh, I'm wanting that Hardy just for a bit of fun, and that's the way you look at it. You'd be like, oh, I've got that card. Or you might want Carlos because he's Brazilian. There's plenty of ways about it. So that's what I was kind of implementing. So it's like, you don't have to grind all 23 cards. So yes, it would be 69 wins, say, to unlock all 23 cards potentially, at the very most, we'll say for talking sake, but you're able to play as you see fit. So you may only want certain cards, so you may only end up playing for 15 wins, or so you get 5 cards, or you might end up playing for 30 wins, whatever it may be. Same with the silver stars. Squad foundation, like, we just used the squad foundation card types because that seemed most logical. Everything generally was around 74 rated. Again, if they weren't quite 74 rated, we looked at, like, the 73s. Hagi was the Scottish Premiership example I thought I'd go for this one, and same again, 1-3. And basically the premise, again, this was same emphasis again of, like, 2 informed boosts, because a 74 rough, usually anything that's like 73, 74 generally goes to around 82, 83. So what we tried to aim as close to, say, 84 as possible, just to give us a bit more fun, a bit more flexibility. And also some of these cards as well, when you put, say, plus 10 or plus 12 on certain attributes, especially if they've got decent passing and dribbling, say initially, and it helps them out. And that's sometimes what you find. Like the silver stars that we went, like the silver foundation cards we went for, included Raphael of Reading, Sharani, hopefully I pronounced that right, Ho, Borkan, Hagi, Maxim, Dorley, Songkrasen, Asal, Liao, Raman, Jay, Gaspar, Liku de Villa, Avesh, Paul Lonk, Kimar Lawrence, Santos, Osborne, Quintilla, Juan Jesus and Evander. Same rules again, win 3 to unlock them and you'd be done and dusted in next to no time. Saying that, remember it's not necessarily maybe take 3 wins, but the incorporation is everything for the bronze lounge. You can only use bronze players. Silver foundation obviously would be silver stars, would just be the silver cards that we've been constantly using. And saying that, some of these cards would probably make some people's teams even that little bit better for silver stars. And then obviously when you get to gold foundation, you just use gold cards, but we would have a rating specific on, say, not just the squad, but the rating of the players that you can use. So it would only be golds and then maybe say 80 rated. But quite a few of these cards I would definitely want anyway. Like I wouldn't mind a Dorley or Hagi, Juan Jesus, Raphael would be a fun card I would imagine, boosting in the goalkeeper. And then for the gold stars, whatever you want to call it, it's plenty of debate for like what you'd call it, but we thought boosting say 75, 76 rated cards seemed the most logical, and what you would do is boosting them up to 84 just to make them significantly much more usable. And because there's basically 36 leagues to work with, there is so much flexibility. Yes, 3 wins might be a bit soft for for an 84 rated card, but you've got to remember as well, some of these cards as well are not necessarily going to make your first team. So depending how you want to go about it, I would say if it's still 3 wins, score 8, assist 6, fair play, but obviously you would adjust accordingly, because some of these cards probably are above the curve, not necessarily above the curve level for 3 wins, but it's more that is it justifiable, as it were, for just 3 wins. But we've got Joranin, Kone, Diekmeyer, Arteaga, Kadar, Cisse, Blaszczykowski, Lopez, Ndong, Kamada, Eduardo, Chancellor Mbemba, Percy Tau, Konoplyanka, Billat, Lago Jr., Ayrton, Hanin, Sisto, Olyenka, Diamante, Thomas Vermaelen, Begovic, Julian, Pinto, Vidmar, Piton, Janucevic, Anselmo, Wanyama, Ademi, Cecilia, Thomas, Christensen, Skiljebred and Kranevitter. That is 36 cards, and obviously if you've done your maths, that is 108 wins. You could do say a 37th card that's maybe say not one of these, obviously one of these, but you'd maybe do say someone that's just significantly boosted even further, that's beyond an 84. Because when I was looking through quite a lot of these cards, I was looking to see what the, so like Blaszczykowski or Janucevic, if they'd had special cards previously, what was like their best, like Janucevic had like an 82 that was quite decent, so I was like, right, let's have a look at that, how to make it kind of similar but maybe fits this this version of FIFA. And Konoplyanka had some good cards back in the day, like 82, 83s, and he had like an 85, 86 as well, so fun days with those type of cards. And Christensen, if you remember, his player of the year was quite fun. But there is so much that this game content wise can do, and I feel only scratches the surface. Like I thought with Squad Foundations that you'd obviously still keep getting the free, but this almost feels like an alternative way to go about it in terms of incorporating the bronzes, the silvers and the golds. Gives them all a use, because at the end of the day, some of these 84s I would happily spend say good month say grinding the bronzes, the silvers, the golds. I would happily put the time in. That's what I would want to do, especially since it's in friendlies and it's not as stressful. It can be done. It just needs the effort from EA, and I suppose the content folk generally can be interested in it. But let me know, what is your thoughts on this, folks? Would you be interested in this kind of content idea if we had a bronze foundation, like bronze boosters, silver stars, gold foundation, whatever you want to call it? suppose we've got to think of names and so forth, but let me know in the comments down below what your thoughts on are, any of these cards appeal and so forth. But smash like always, sub to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you all later.